Hey guys, for a lot of us backyard maple syrup makers, the toughest part about the whole process is getting your maple syrup clear. And the reason why it's cloudy after you make your maple syrup is because it's loaded usually with Sugarsand or niter. Now, what exactly is this and how do we handle it? So according to the University of Vermont and the Proctor Maple Research Center, niter or Sugarsand, they're minerals from the maple syrup that come out of solution when you boil maple syrup. It's basically calcium and organic acids. And there's nothing really wrong with Sugarsand, but it makes your syrup cloudy, unappealing, and it can have a gritty taste, and you'll also find it settling at the bottom of your jars if you don't get it out from the get-go when you're canning your maple syrup. So check this out. I've got a number of different cans of syrup from last year. This is all a year old. Now, I don't filter my syrup. If you've seen in some of my videos, I'll run it through one pre-filter, maybe two, to get the heavy stuff out, but I don't use the felt filters. The reason for this, if you've never done it, is unless you really have a good system, your syrup starts to get cold. It gets very tough to get through the filter, and then it becomes frustrating. You lose syrup, and it gets very messy. So what does it look like to have Sugarsand into your syrup? This was the first boil we did February 7th of 2024. This is a combined second and third boil on the 9th of February, and this was on the 24th of February, and then the final boil was on the 26th of February. Look at the difference. Niter, niter, niter or Sugarsand down at the bottom. Each day, or each boil or each run may have a different amount of Sugarsand. So you could conceivably have one season where your syrup just boils and you filter it once and it's good to go. And then the next season or the next run or the next batch, you end up having a ton of Sugarsand to deal with. Let's take a look at what the Sugarsand actually looks like out of the jar. And you can see what we have. That's kind of a dark niter compared to the first boil we did. So I'm going to gently pour this out, leaving the niter on the bottom. Later today, I'm going to recan all this clear syrup. One of the bad things about making YouTube videos, you can't pay attention to what you're doing as much as you like. Now I'm watching that niter, making sure it's not going to go into, a little bit went in, but that's what you have here now. That's all the niter. There's still a little bit of maple syrup in there. You can see I actually will let this settle out and retrieve some of that. So let's take a look at this in a bowl and see what we're working with. I have this niter and I just mixed it up with the remaining syrup. When it comes out of the filter, it's much thicker, but check it out. I don't save my Sugarsand, but if you use it for cooking or if you eat it, put it in the comments below. Let me know how you use it. It's almost like thick syrup, but it's got a very mucky, sandy feel to it. And if you taste it, it's almost dusty and a little bit gritty. And that's the difference. All the niter that was in there, and this is the clear syrup. So the thing to remember about Sugarsand is once you've filtered your syrup, don't bring it above 185, 190 when you're recanning. If you get it too hot, you could get even more of that Sugarsand forming even after you filter it. So temperature is really, really important. So just be cautious of that. What I'm going to do with that can of syrup, where I've got some of that niter that went in there, I'm going to be doing a sugar video. I'll use that because if it has a little bit of niter in there, you'll never know the difference. I've got a link in the description for the University of Vermont Proctor Research Maple Institute. If you guys want to learn some really detailed facts about sugaring, setting up lines, vacuum, all that good stuff, check out the link below. And if you like this video, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you guys on the next one.